Hi guys, it's been a while since I've done a live session, but it's been pending. I guess I got a bit of a break. There's this Eid holidays coming up, right? So it's been a bit of a relaxing weekend, and I thought I'll keep this time in the afternoon so we can access the UK markets, Singapore markets. It's useful, and right now it's quite challenging, right? There are so many products coming to market. Where do you invest in? I was confused myself because every day there's a new developer, so many interesting products. And on one hand, the tier two products, the prices are really going up, and tier one, the prices are going up, and tier two, I wasn't sure because too many products coming. It is very challenging on where to invest. So I think I'll start with. I have so many interesting comments, right? So I couldn't get back. By the time till we get people in, Pranav, tell me all the comments. Any interesting comment just told to me, and I remember one comment. Um, oh hi, audio is not good. Audio is not good. Hello, hello.
Okay, ND.
End stream. Not better. Okay, it's better. Where will come from? Hello, hello. Is it better? Is it? It's better now. Or is it echo? Should I end? Hello, Prasad. Prasad, is the mic. Prasad, are you? Am I clear? Can you hear me clearly? Is it okay? Yo, Mocho. Hello, Mr. Singh. Okay, everyone's hearing. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm going to try and speak loud. I'm not used to speaking loud, but I'll try. And okay, very clear. Thank you. That's good. That's good. So I was just saying, right now there are. So Prasad, if you remember, I was telling you it's very confusing. So for me, I'm always on Excel sheets, right? Always. So you'll always find me. I'll have a diary with me. I'll have it on the laptop. But, I'm trying to put. So if I put the numbers into an Excel, I'll break it down. I'll break down the numbers, and because at the end of the day, numbers don't lie, And numbers, and of course, with numbers, you need to assess certain factors, like who's the developer, floor plans, location. Because right now, because of I guess AI and marketing techniques, right? So any product, right, at any location can be made to look so good, where in reality, the other day I went to a project, and it was on the flight path, and so I was actually sitting over there for some time. Every 11 minutes, there's a flight going on top of the block. So imagine on handover, there'll be such a big repercussion. So small things like these, like so it takes a lot of people are complaining, Zohaib, we aren't sent the reports yet. I'm like, because every time I prepare a report, there's something else that comes by, and then I have to assess that. Now, so two things very interesting. Um, One is, yeah, okay. Two things very interesting. One, if you remember last year, okay, do you think Dubai South will have the issues with the flight path near the new airport? No, because I was checking on that. So the flight path goes to the aviation city. So if you study the entire master plan of this Dubai South, then the airport, then this Emaar South. Before Dubai South is the Expo City, then Oasis, Grand Polo Club, Expo City, Dubai South Airport. and then you have your Emaar South, right? So on top of the airport is an aviation city, and then it goes towards Palm, Jebel Ali, and all that. So it sort of takes off that way. So I don't think we're going to have much of issues with regards to that. I haven't personally visited Venice. So I'm not sure about Venice exact locations. I've heard the deals are quite interesting, but I had my reservations against Azizi. Um, so I haven't checked out Venice yet, but Dubai South and Emaar South, I've checked out the location, so we're not going to have issues in terms of flight path. So another big developer coming up over there called Dunes. It's a developer from the US. It's going to have a private airport, mega developer, is selling it close to $1,200 per square foot. So I've not checked that location as well. What do you know about Gulf Foods? See, Tilal Al Gulf has proven themselves, as a developer. I mean, the sort of price increase that you see in the product and Tilal Graph is unbelievable. People have made money. People are still making money. Like, just before handoff, you pick up a product and sell it, you still make profit. I had some investors, Taiwanese from Taiwan, Taiwanese, Chinese from the UK. So very, very high-end investors. For them, they really like Tilar Al Kaf. These guys are people who have invested in Oasis. So they really like Tilar Al Kaf. They like because they want to move from the UK and start and sort of establish business in Dubai. So they chose Tilal Al Kaf as a location because there was a really good school nearby as well, and they really like the finishes of the villa. It was very European because these investors are very picky. They don't live in any or every community. So that's how strong it is as a community. So they develop Gulf Foods. It's definitely going to be a successful project. Now, my reservation, it may not be correct, but I'm saying my reservation, my opinion. It's beautiful, but if I had to live in an apartment, see, one, would I travel that? Because if I live in an apartment, I'd like to live in downtown or on the beach. Like, so it's either downtown, Dubai Marina, JBR, La Mer, Jumeirah side. Because if I'm living in an apartment, I want to be near the city. Um, if I'm living in a house, so right now I live in a house, so I don't mind driving because for me, it's important for me that if my kids, they have a garden, they go out, play out in the park. So I'm mentally accustomed to, okay, I have to drive every day 15 minutes to the school, around 30 minutes to my office. I'm mentally accustomed to that. So will I do that for an apartment? I don't know. So that's the only because the location is a very villa location next to Raymond Ranch Street. It's a line of villa communities. So an apartment over there, I don't know, but it's beautiful. So it's more of an end user product. I don't know if it's an investor product. Um, can you do something about the background white noise? Can you ask them to switch off the AC then? We'll open the door. You ask them to switch off the AC. I'll try and switch off the AC. Um, can you make a video in the future about commercial property opportunities in Dubai? I only buy commercial in UK due to higher yields, longer leases, and plans for the same in UAE. No, 100%. Actually, right now I was actually sitting. I wish I could show you this place. It was a phenomenal investment. So it's a business center basically. So it's a very popular location. So it is in Business Bay. In Business Bay, there's this location called Bay Square. So in Bay Square retail area, they picked up. So it's like how you do the storage business, similar concept. You pick up a large space, you make these tiny offices, but you have a beautiful open area like couches, pool table, gaming room. You have private conference rooms. You have client rooms, and when you sell each space, the feasibility is phenomenal. So it's a very interesting business model. So maybe when you come to Dubai, I'll show you some interesting. Not again. You can't go in a typical fashion. Like for example, there was a building right next to this called Kamani Arts. You get these offices with full bird view. Was it successful? No, because finding tenants. Because right now the whole business model has changed a bit, right? now you can find investors sitting on the beach in Bali and shorts and sitting by the sea, sipping on a pina colada, and doing their business on a laptop, right? So things have changed a bit. So you need to be a little creative when it comes to things. Ecosystems like these, it's called an ecosystem. So ecosystems like these can be quite interesting. You can look into it 100%. I can help you set up an entire. So one of my friends set this whole thing up, and when I looked at the numbers, it was phenomenal, amazing numbers. Um, how is Shobha Orbis Motor City? See, Shobha is a phenomenal developer, no doubt. As contractors, they are quality grade. Very few high quality contractors in Dubai. I think the top contractors, Shobha, there's Al Nabuda, there's Shapuri Palanji. There's an Australian group called PELE. There are very few high quality contractors in Dubai who can build to that sort of scale. Motor City is one of my examples when I tell people of how an area declined in prices. Motor City and Sports City had so much, but I personally I love Motor City as a location. Some of my previous videos have mentioned this. That I love Motor City as a location. I have no idea why it failed. So Motor City is one of those locations now where you can get a three-bed, 2,200 square foot for 1.5 million dirhams. And there was a time these properties had high demand because they didn't sort of evolve to the new systems. Like if you go to a building in Motor City, you still find a security guard. He's got a desk. He's sitting. He's got his pot belly. He's sitting like this, and the lobby is very dark. This certain smell, not very taken care of. So I gave this in a video called when I think the name was CDO, contractor, developer, operator. These three have to work in sync in order to make a healthy investment. So I think that's what happened in Motor City. Like, now if you enter a building, this is another fun part. Not many people know this, but in Emaar building, there's a smell. There's a certain, a nice smell. If you go to any Emaar sales center, or if you go there, you'll find that so it's Hermes. The smell itself is Hermes. That's how much people invest in these small factors now. Enter has to be a nice concierge. Looks very professional. It should be a nice smell, nice furniture. It should look good. It should look appealing. So the Motor City as a location, it has taken a hit. Now, will Shobha always succeed there amidst the competition? We are yet to see. Shobha Khatun's numbers are yet to pick as an investment return. Like if you compare an off-plan versus a ready, it's still not tallying exactly. If you compare the value at which you're purchasing towards the value of income that you get, it's not tallying either, right? So it will still take time. It will still take time for it to develop. It will take time. 100% MA, 100%. That there are some very interesting commercially. There are some, now my next video is going to be on Dubai Islands. Now, Dubai Island plots. I have all the entire feasibility report because this is something we used to do back in 2013. We used to pick up these G+4, G+6, G+8. Because when there's no basement, the construction cost reduces around 30 to 40%. It's just pure money. At the end of the day, the most amount of money in Dubai is not by investors but by developers. It's a fact, right? So my next video is going to be on projects in Dubai Islands. There are these plots, and I'll give you a simple math over here. The plots are selling at 220 dirham per square foot. If you manage your construction anywhere between 400 and 500, all the videos, not all the projects in Dubai Islands you see is selling between 1900 to 2500. Imtiaz is selling at 2500 dirham per square foot. If your cost of construction, so this is an entire feasibility, it's coming close to 700 to 800 dirhams. You've got like close to it's insane. The numbers are unbelievable. So commercial is something we can definitely look into. A very interesting opportunity. I would be choosing Al Nashra. I, if you would be choosing between one bed in Maritime City direct to the sea, 850 to 1850 dirham per square foot, versus Dubai Islands, not Waterview, 2000 dirham per square foot, oh, man, payment plan is not an issue to the seller. Which one would you choose? Okay, see, this is a very good question. I'll tell you why. Because Dubai Island has the beach. You can walk to the beach. Maritime City does not have the beach unless Omniyat creates something sort of an artificial beach at the end. There's potential for it. I'm not giving any comments, right? I'm just giving you indicators. Now it will depend on the developer. So you go a little more specific. Now, if you have to give me an apple to apple. Like for example, if I compare an Oceans in Maritime City versus let's say an Imtiaz in Dubai Islands, I would choose Imtiaz. But if you give me let's say Anva Arya in Maritime City versus Anva Arya by Omnia, because Omnia is a very strong developer, right? Anva Arya by Omnia versus let's say okay Beach House by Imtiaz. I would choose Omnia. So that's when it's not just the numbers, it's the factors as well. Brand name is a very, very big factor in Dubai. You know, products can sell with brand name. Like if I say Emaar, automatically there's a trust factor, right? But then of course you have to dig into the floor plans and the pricing as well. It's Emaar as well. You have to dig into these numbers, but it's a combination of both factors. Um, your views about calf foods, Bilal bhai, I just spoke about calf foods, but I'll tell you once again that Bilal Al Calf is a phenomenal developer. They've made excellent. People have made. See, one project where people made a lot of profit was Dubai Hills. So Dubai Hills is used as an example in Emaar, of how people make profit. A similar product is Gaf Foods. Sorry, Hilal Al Gaf, where people made that kind of profit. So credibility is taken care of. Now the only thing that you'll be concerned about is location, because when I'm choosing an apartment, I would look into I would like to stay. Me personally, I'm just saying my. If I'm staying in an apartment, I would like to be in downtown, or I'd like to be somewhere on the beach, like Address JBR. This is the place that I'd like to be. I like La Mer. So something near the city. It's my reason if I'm staying in an apartment. If otherwise, so here the location of Hilal Gulf, I feel like it's amongst a lot of villa communities. So I feel like it's more of an end user product than an investor product. So that's what I feel. Because would I take all that effort to stay in an apartment? If I'm living in a house, I don't mind because I know mentally I'm prepared to drive to the school, drive to my office. I'm mentally prepared. For an apartment, I need the buzz. This is my angle. Um, okay. Hi. Can you give your 2 cents on why Al Wasl Properties is not spoken about like other developers and your feedback on it? Al Wasl is fantastic. All right, it's fantastic. Okay, excellent quality. And so when I was talking about contractors earlier, like I said, Shobha, Shapurji, Palunji, Al Nabuda, Al Wasl has some of the best quality buildings in Dubai. Operations phenomenal. Al Wasl is one of the biggest property developers in UAE. People don't know about it as much, but why I haven't spoken about it is because I probably just don't have enough connections in Al Wasl to get a unit. Because it's a mad rush. When you go there, it's very difficult to get allocations in Al Wasl. So unless an investor tells me no, mujhe Al Wasl, I only need Al Wasl, it's a fight nowadays. That's another big challenge. Stock is a challenge, right? Getting the right stock is a challenge. And I'm a person like, let's say there was this launch in Arlo in Dubai Creek Harbour. Okay, So I'm a guy who tells my investors, see, we're either picking up 01, 03, and 05, or we're not picking it up. So we either get those units, or we can just back up. We can walk away. We wait for the next investment opportunity. I'm not the person who's going to tell you, oh my God, if you don't get this, take this. It does not matter if you take front or back. Everything is a good investment. I'm not that person. I can't say that, right? To answer your question, Al Wasl is a very good investment opportunity. I think most of the projects are very strategic locations, and I think it's a very good product. Uh, any good product in Dubai South? Saji, Mr. Singh, Dubai South has a lot of interesting products, right? Right now, a lot of focus has gone towards Dubai South. So I'm not sure if you're talking about specifically the developer Dubai South who's making the villas, or that entire south of Dubai as a region, because it's become out of like I think if you cross the road from Oasis, there's Al Asail Street, and then it starts, right? It's like there's a new master plan by Emaar Grand Polo Resort, there's Riverside by Emaar, there's Heights by Emaar. Then next phase is Expo City, it's Dubai South, then the airport, then Emaar South. So there are a lot of interesting products. There's Azizi Venice, I don't know the location yet of Azizi Venice, but there's a lot of interesting products. We need to just understand the numbers, flow plans, which product to invest in, demand, supply, and we can definitely make an interesting investment in the south of Dubai. Mm, Thank you, Mr. Singh. 100%. Sorry, those Singh. Amritpal Singh, I've answered. Mr. Surinder Singh, 100%. We shall meet soon. Shamshed, how do you think about Aldar coming with their apartments in Haven? That I believe would be a good competitor if Darkwood's absolutely 100%. I think it will be a competitor. So those areas, apartments, right now in that location, what are the apartments? It's Dubai Silicon Oasis, it's Levon. Um, in those areas, these are the apartment complexes at BREC, right? But these are not high end, these are tier two. What are the prices they're selling at? We're looking at what a studio, sorry, a one bed at around 600, 650,000 dirhams. Silicon Oasis, it goes up to what 800,000 dirhams. So that's sort of pricing currently in that region. So to introduce a high end product to those regions, will it work? See, I'm a very conservative investor. For me, I don't believe in magic, you know, because technically, Shobha Heartland being such a phenomenal location, bang opposite downtown, it didn't perform as per it's supposed to be performing. I've told people online as I think JVC is doing a better job than Shobha Heartland, despite of Shobha Heartland being a much better location. Maidan as well, phenomenal location, but the numbers don't reflect. So until that's why I've stopped talking a lot about Ras Al Khaimah as well, because I'm like, because Ras Al Khaimah, after I started seeing the prices, I was like, this just doesn't make sense. I'm unable to convince myself. So if I don't convince myself, I can't convince my investors. I don't believe in magic. I believe in numbers, and so when it starts performing, great. Because and if someone tells me, oh, then I lost a lot of opportunity. I'm like, no, there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of safe, stable opportunity out there. We know 100% of this is going to work because historically it's been working, and we're just investing into it. So it's like in stocks, you can very comfortably at the right point invest into Tesla or Apple, or when someone tells me, okay, this is new stock, Lulu or RTA is going to release stocks in Dubai. I mean, let's invest, it makes sense. It's definitely going to work out. RTA has a lot of work in the next 20 years in Dubai. So it's a safe stock to invest in. So that's my angle to it. Okay. Uh, Sorry about this. Okay, Aldar. Okay. Oh, okay. No, sorry. Okay. Developer Omniyat Ali Zafar. Your views on Aldar Villa projects in Dubai, latest being Athlon. Why is Aldar called the Emaar of Abu Dhabi? Just based on prominence or excellence of the product? Excellence, prominence, cash flow. They're it's a very rich developer. They called the Emaar of Abu Dhabi because the project they've released. Aldar is a very strong developer. Um, I've not had the best of experiences with Aldar as a consultant because I feel like the second I gave the details of the investors. Aldar. That right now developers are doing a lot of that. Right, they want investors to contact them directly so they can save on costs. But I told my investors, go ahead, go take it. It's a good product because at the end of the day, you want investors to make money, right? It's an ecosystem. I'm creating an ecosystem where I want to make sure the investors make money. That's the idea. Eventually, you will make money. Money is just energy, so it will come back as long as your investors make money. It will somehow come back. If I gave them good advice and they make money out of it, it will somehow come back in a good fashion. So, but Aldar, to answer your question, Alta is a phenomenal developer. Their product will make sense. It will be like what happened with Hilal Al Gaf, Marshall Futam. Marshall Futam, first people, oh, they made malls. And then I had to drive all the way to Sharjah to see their product in Sharjah. And they know this looks really interesting. But when Hilal Al Gaf actually started handing over, the investors made profit. So it's going to be a very similar story. Alda will be a phenomenal product, no doubt, hands down. It's going to be a fantastic product. Um, Okay. I was referring to Omniyat Anwa versus Imtiaz Offline. So Omniyat Anwa, hands down, Omniyat is a very strong brand name. There are some cases where I have investors who prefer developers like Ellington and Omniyat over even developers like Emaar because you have a certain niche buyer category, right? So they prefer these brands. So brand name is very strong. Imtiaz is coming up. Imtiaz is like Ellington five years ago. When Ellington came up with Belgravia and they slowly started building a brand name, I think Imtiaz is on the same track where they're building reputation because it's very tough. It's very easy to get a bad reputation, right, in the market. Some big developers have that. I'm not going to mention the names, but Imtiaz is developing a very strong name. But if I compare Omnia and Imtiaz Aslan, I think. But are you talking about Omnia Anva or Anva Arya? Because Anva is, let's see, the newer projects will have, because Beach House looks very nice of Imtiaz. And you just walk to the beach, it's like literally 2 minutes to the beach. Um, But still, I think you should go for on full CP. It's an asset, You can sell it. Can you imagine the ads of your property, whether you're renting it or selling it? Full CV of You just take a picture, nice furniture inside. Just take pictures, post it. Your rental is on, your sale is on. At the end of it, that's what matters, right? Imagine you take a picture of facing another building. It's not going to sell. Stick to the basics. Um, Why are the villas in Dubai Islands so much cheaper when it has similar features to the Tham? Ehsan Kareem. That's a very good question. I was shocked. That's why it's sold like madness, right? Bay Villa sold like madness. Again, another situation where I have to tell investors, you should go direct to developer because developer is not going to give me stock. So what my experience that I had in Alta, the same case with Bay Villas. I think it was mainly sold to direct investors. Um, it was a phenomenal opportunity. Um, does it still make sense in terms of ROI to invest in a small apartment in Marina or a beachfront tourist location for short-term rental? Goal is cash flow, or would you choose another location? Marina will always, I'm going to come up with a video very soon where I have a few Airbnbs running in Dubai Marina. So I'll be going to this building called Skyview. Well, I'll show you all the numbers, the actual real numbers of Airbnb. And so in Skyview Tower, in Dora Bay, in JBR, I'll have live, you'll see the numbers running in Airbnb. So the current investor is making close to 17%. But of course, he's selling, so he's going to sell it like a business. So I told him to sell it like a business model. So the new investor will get 8%. If we negotiate hard, probably 9, 10%. But ready thing is running because the investor's wife is running the entity super host. So we continue managing the property. So you're getting easy money, just buy, Forget about it. Your money is coming every month. So Dubai Marina is a tourist destination. Yeah, for short-term rentals, it's fantastic. That's really good. But what I do with all investors is that I have these reports. For all my investors, I feel like I tell them three investment opportunities: tier one, tier two, townhouses. So I'll give you the numbers of tier one. Then this tier two. Tier two comes your JVC Purja. Tier one is Marina, downtown, Dubai Creek Harbour, Dubai Islands. These are tier one, right? I'll give you all the numbers. You can compare what suits you. You should go ahead and invest. At the end of the day, you should feel it, right? You should have that sort of click towards the particular investment. Um, Bilal Ashraf, thank you so much. No problem, no problem, Bilal. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Um, what is your view of Aldar's Nikki Beach project? Oh, Abhishek Dubey, you asked me a very tough question. Actually, I was typing about this in one of my reports today, where I was just saying what Ras Al Khaimah is. I have no idea. I don't sell something that I don't have complete clarity towards. And historically, Ras Al Khaimah has never performed very well. Now, yes, I know the casino is coming up. The casino is really big, which attracts a lot of Chinese investors, and they're the biggest market disruptors. Um, but what if a casino comes in Dubai, and what if it comes in Yas Island? Then how does the entire system function? So my top picks, like if so some people are like, I don't care. I literally have investors who say, I don't care. I just want to put in money and forget, especially from Singapore, because in Singapore there was a phenomenon called a moonshot. So the moonshot happened because a casino started 100 kilometers from Malaysia called Jintang, and when after the casino started, the prices went up, I don't know, 10, 15, 20, 30 times, and so people have witnessed a moonshot. So I've got people saying, I don't care, I want to invest, I want to just gamble, I want to put money there and forget about it, like as if I'm investing in Bitcoin. So I gave them three options. I said Nobu, Address Marjan, or Nikki Beach, not Ross or Nikki Beach, because Nikki Beach is a brand, and the finishes were a bit better over there. There was a bit of an issue because I felt like there were around what 1,200 or 1,600 apartments, and they had like not, the pool was like a bit confusing for me. But if I would go, yeah, Nikki Beach, not Rosso. Nikki Beach um, would probably be. I mean, if you had to, like, I would always recommend Dubai compared to Ras Al Khaimah. Like, if you have that kind of money, invest in Dubai, not that, because it's at least it's safe, stable. It always has a market. Dubai is the next 20, 30 years. It's one of the strongest contenders in the world stage. Ravi Ramchandani. Every developer keeps making studio, one bed and two bed less than 1,000 square foot in total. How will families who move to Dubai by 2030 live in these? I mean, I get the point of studio and one bed in downtown. I completely agree with you, Mr. Ramchandani, and do not invest in a property, especially a two bed that's less than 1,000 square foot. You should not invest in it because people are not going to live in it. Because nowadays people are becoming more and more needy. I cannot live in a small space. I want to live in a nice house. So I'm not going to compromise for me or my family. So do not invest in a bad floor plan. A studio should be at least around 400 square foot. A one bed should be at least 750 square foot. A two bed should be at least 1250, 1200, 1250 square foot minimum. I think a three bed should be at least 1750. Keep these as the bare minimum standards. Then of course we access the floor plans. Below this, it's just a cocoon or a nest. It's not going to work. In the long run, it will take a hit. Always invest in a good floor plan, an apartment that you feel nice, that you can stay yourself. Rest everything is just a lot of, like I said, the marketing is very, marketing makes it look very nice, but it's not reality. Ian Duncan, what are your thoughts on Golf Lane by Emaar? See, as many people know that I love Emaar. It's one of the most credible developers in Dubai. They create win-win situations where, like for example, I was just discussing about a developer. I won't mention the name, but they were selling these apartments in an area called Majan, which is behind Barari, at 1525 dirham per square foot. And there are products in that location that are selling at 1,100 dirham per square foot. So basically, they were selling it on an 8-year post handover payment plan. And in that context, they were selling at 1525. Let's say the target segment are people who cannot get mortgages. So, so basically, they are keeping the profit, right? So it's not a win-win situation. A win-win situation is where, okay, I sell it to at a price where in a certain span of time the value increases and you make your profit and you sell it. The final end user who buys it from you, he also has an opportunity to make profit. So that's an ideal investment, and Emaar creates this ethos, this ecosystem. So that is why I respect Emaar a lot, because over the last 20, why do you think Emaar sells out? So now, for example, somebody asked me about Aldar, Nikki, Ross. So there's a lot of stock left in the market, right? Why didn't it sell out? Why does Emaar sell out like boom? And it's a lot of end users. Why? Because obviously, investors have made profit. It's like almost like an easy way to make money. It's a hack. So that is why it's mostly the Emaar has this system called diamond investors. These diamond investors pick up stock in bulk. They pick up the best stock in every launch because it's like almost easy money for them. Now, Emaar, most of the products are very interesting. Only thing I would ask you to do is do a comparison, like so it will be Crossplane versus Heights versus Grand Polo Club versus Valley. What are the floor plans? I'm going to make a video called, I think this whole semi-detached villa is a very interesting concept because I think that's going to be, that's a certain niche because you've got the small townhouses, you've got the extremely expensive villas. So where do you go? So this particular product, the semi-detached villas, I feel like are a very interesting sweet spot, which has potential. So that'll be an interesting product. Shariq Ansari. Mohammed, Azizi Venice is just behind Emaar South. How is Azizi as a developer in terms of construction quality and delivery promise? Mr. Ansari, it's tough to speak very negative about a developer on social media because I could be sued. But I hope you understand what I meant by the statement that they are. I didn't enjoy Riviera. And if anything, I think Azizi Riviera is going to even cause would hamper the progress of Shobha Heartland just by its existence. So contract is a whole different story. That's a very interesting story because some of the contractors were known friends. So maybe on a private call, I could give you more insight to it, but that's all I would speak online. Regard Seri D. I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. How can I connect with you if you want to buy? Sir, there is a number given below. You can just send a WhatsApp over there. I know it's been a bit inefficient for some time because of the flow, but I've got some new systems in place. It will start immediately after Eid, where the system is going to get a lot more efficient. Everyone will be contacted within 24 hours, and meeting will be scheduled, and we will get onto a Zoom call. I will understand the requirements, and based on which we will prepare a strategy. We'll start the process at least. So I'm really working on the customer experience as well. It's been, I've been like, the flow has been quite overwhelming, but because for me, if the customer experience is not there, it's a lose. The biggest victory of Emaar is customer experience, and I really wish to implement that. Mm, I- Abhishek Dubey. Recently, Aldar released a new payment plan of 3565. Does it make sense? For Rosso, I know they did. Isn't it concerning if somebody gives you a really interesting payment plan? At the end of the day, it's the price, right? I think, like I said, Mr. Dubey, I think you should focus on projects on Dubai. Dubai is a ready ecosystem. It's extremely safe. There are 55,000 units being released in Marjan Island. It's a little concerning, um, unless you're 100% confident on the numbers. And these values are quite big, right? At the end of the day, the 65 you'll have to pay if the gamble does not work. Uh, let's. I'll send you some. I can send you some reports. With some numbers, with some comparisons, some Excel sheets, and then based on that, you should take a call. Um, Ravi Ramchandani. Okay, I get the point of studios and Bombay in downtown due to expensive land and visitors who come for Airbnb. Why build the same format in yeah, JVC, Arjan, Fuljan, where tourists will not live? What about big families? See, big families will go to places like Damak Hills too. Eden is too expensive. Damak Hills too. Um, in Furjan, there are lot of these townhouses. So I think that's where big families are going to go to. Motor City. They'll have to unfortunately go. I don't know why. I see. I completely. I guess I agree with you. Now in JVC, I only invest in products that are very strategically located, like something near Circle Mall. That has a lot of demand. Or something near the exit because JVC has a lot of traffic. So near the Al Khaimah exit. Arjan, I've not honestly, I'm not even because initially when the prices were low, yes. Now the prices have gone. I'm not bothered to get into Arjan or JBT. Then Furjan, I do invest only in products that are walking distance to the metro station. Means I get out of a building, a maximum 1 minute walk. Because when the summer starts, you cannot walk. It has to be maximum 1 minute walk to inside. I'm inside the metro station. So I'm very very picky when it comes to another location. I was looking into this Jebel Ali, which is on Sheikh Zayed Road, in front of the metro station. There are some buildings being launched. So interesting pricing. Like there was this building called Hammock Park. I was thinking it was very interesting and not bad. The prices are good. The payment plan is interesting. It's right in front of the metro station near that at Palm Jebel Ali. Palm Jebel Ali is not just Palm Jebel Ali. You must understand. If you study the master plan, Palm Jebel Ali, it's a massive project. Our handover is going to start in 2027, and then they're going to announce something called another sort of a Dubai Marina. So if I invest somewhere in that location on Sheikh Zayed Road, close to Marina, close to the beach, if I get it at a good price, safe investment. Uh, so to answer, big families will have to move into townhouse communities, interesting communities like South Bay, like Damak Hills, too. And that's what they're doing right now. And I know a lot of families, who live in these because the rents are very, very reasonable compared to apartments. How is golf used project in Emaar software investment? Um, but see, Emaar, Mr. Khan, with Emaar, you're always safe, but like I've mentioned, do your comparative study. I can send you some Excel sheets where you can compare with the same investment value. What are the different products that I can get in the market? And if the numbers make sense, you should go for it. That's all. Rahmatullah Shamsi. What are you expecting from the Valley second phase where will be expansion? Now, I don't know if you know this, but over the last 1 year, I've been telling everyone invest in Valley because they're going to expand. Because I've seen the plot which Emaar has, right? So now, only thing, see, I like that location. I live there. So I live in a something called the Villa. So basically, the Villa, there's Villanova, there's Arabian Ranches 3, and now Haven is also there, Athlon is over there, Shoba is going to come at Shoba Reserve. And on this side is where there is Valley. Valley is going to eventually connect with the Mac Hills too because there's an entire big plot over there. So I think Valley, I expect it to be the next Dubai Hills. It's as big as Dubai Hills. It's going to be. Why is Dubai Hills so successful? Because it's a complete community. Same thing is going to come up with Valley. It's a complete community. You've got Academic City right next door, very close by. It's one Dubai Al Ain Road is the best. It's like one straight road all the way to downtown to Dubai Creek Harbour. That location is not as congested as the Sukim and Hessa Street. So Valley is for me is one of the safest investments. I've invested myself in Valley. Valley is according to me is a very good investment. Again, we need to understand the flow plans. So I'm waiting for the flow plans. Once the flow plans come, we need to invest into the right place. Um, like see, in a community, there'll always be some villas that have a good strategic location, which will have more demand close to the pool or near the park. Based on the community. So I need to let me once I get the cluster mapped, I'll be in a better position to advise. But Valley as a location in general, plus Emaar, is going to be the next Dubai Hills. Gavin Dikuto, what are your thoughts on Arabian Hills plots currently by Decca? In a funny way, I want to invest them. I haven't had time to go check it out. It's a bit far off, but see at 100 dirham per square foot, you can't go wrong. 100, dirham per square foot. It's tough to go wrong. That's another place. In all honesty, I wanted to invest as well. I was telling my wife the other day, right, that this is place we can get like 12,000 square foot plot. And what's the location? I'm like further away from Valley, further away. I'm like, who cares? Anyway, usually drive. She's a housewife. I'm like, yeah, I think we can build an entire mansion over there. Why not? It's very interesting. I think Arabian Hills is very interesting. I haven't personally gone till now. I've heard a lot about it, but I think it's very interesting. You should definitely look into it. What are your thoughts on W residences by Arada and Dubai Harbour? How much appreciating investors look to make in 1 to 2 years? Um, I think there are better opportunities, right? For the kind of value. I think there are better opportunities. Arada is not emerged as strong as you know, and the brands. So that's just my take on it. I'm not very excited about. Like, see, for example, just next question, before question, Arabian Hills, I was very excited. The prices were like amazing. 150 dirham per square foot. I can build a customized villa for myself. I know investors will make money in that product. Arada W residence, I'm not very excited about it. We know how you are in love with Emaar properties, but why don't you talk much about Creek Beach section, BCS, like Breeze, Grove, Rosewater, these direct on the canal and the beach? Um, no, I speak a lot. I spoke a lot about Arlo. I spoke about Palace in Dubai Creek Harbour. Um, Maybe it's because of the flow plans. It didn't excite me a lot. Um, and the current somehow I was more excited about I think Arlo and Palace in because of the plot location, right? So the floor plan I was selecting, like for example, a 03. So 03 on a high floor, I get the whole canal, I get the sanctuary, I get the whole of Creek Beach, Creek Tower. So the view will be just phenomenal. So those are the kind of properties that I target. That'll have some future. Like, see, in the future, I feel like 3 years. See, everything I predicted about Maritime City, it worked out. I told about Valley, it worked out. I made people invest in Palace, Dubai, Creek Harbour. They made at least 1 million dirhams in profit. Imperial Avenue, people made a lot of money out of that. So, same thing. 5 years down the line, everyone's going to be like, oh man, I wish I'd invested back in 2024 in this product that had a Creek Tower view because those products will really take off. Um, Sadakna, all says Dubai South is the future. So if so, is Creek is still a great investment? Dubai South or Creek, which one would you recommend? See, it depends on the product. Now see, I don't know if you saw this video, the last one that I made. I was standing in an apartment showing the Terminal 3, where I was like, this is Terminal 3. Emirates, the airport. In front of it is Dera. On the other side is Sharjah. So I showed the Sharjah skyline. I'm like, it's not like just because there's an airport nearby, the area should just pick up. So I was standing in an apartment in Festival City. So it's an airport is not going to create some sort of phenomenal wave. Like it's not exactly a beach, right? Yes, it is. It is good. It's good to be near the airport. But now, for example, near the airport, I think Expo City is beautiful, and it's like a place I would like to live in. Expo City. It's a place like that. It's beautiful. The infrastructure is unbelievable. So it's a good investment. Um, in Emaar South, houses on the golf course can safe investment. Heights, just by nature, the fact that it's the start of a master plan. Same case Riverside by Dama, because it's the start of a master plan. Grand Polo Resort, all these are near the, so these are good investments. Azizi Venice, just because it's near the airport, it may not be a good investment. Dubai Creek Harbour is going to be the next like sort of downtown area of Dubai, because it has everything, but it'll take time. It'll take at least 5 to 8 years to reach that situation. So as of now, the advantage of Dubai Creek Harbour is okay. Let's say you take possession in about 2 or 3 years of your property. Then you can enjoy decent rentals. You'll have to wait for at least 3 to 4 years to get that sort of price jump, so you can sell it ahead. But so again, I said it has to be. Now at the same time, there were some products in Dubai Creek Harbour that had no view. Like Arlo was a product in Dubai Creek Harbour that I spoke about after a very long time, because the products before Arlo wasn't very interesting. Just because I'm in Dubai Creek Harbour doesn't mean I'm going to make money. In Dubai Creek Harbour, in Dubai Creek Harbour there are very few products that Creek Edge investors make money. Palace investors make money. Not in every product you don't make money. So it has to be very specific. Investment has to be very specific. You're welcome, Mr. Dubey. Um, thank you, Sarakna. Thank you for your kind words. Ehsan Kareem. Um, okay, Ehsan, what are the best locations for investors to make maximum profits in 1 year with investments between 5 and 10 million? Also, in this budget and timeline strategy, should an investor go for? Mr. Kareem, A, that should be a private call, but B, just off my head, I think it's development. There are some plots near the beach, like I was mentioning, G+6, G+8. These plots, you do a joint venture with a developer that has a reputation, and you sell the stock. You make developers are nowadays making margins like 150, 200%. That's unbelievable. It's a developer's market, right? Every product is being sold out. So I think that's a place where you can, it's an example. That's an example. Apart from that, a product that that you can buy and sell almost immediately. With that unique, that's tough to attain, but a very strategic plot. You do a joint venture with a good developer. Your marketing is right, and in 1 year you have a pretty interesting, cash out. Um, what will you add on an apartment portfolio that has already Garford, Creek Palace, and Address Zabil? Oh, maybe Dubai Islands, something in Dubai Islands, walking distance to the beach. That'll be quite interesting. I think it's very safe as well. Dubai Islands is something you should add to your portfolio. Or even Maritime City, something nice in Maritime City, because that's the future. I think at some stage, people would find places like JBR to be a bit old, so they'd like to live in the new high-end beach section of Dubai. Jumeirah is a beautiful part. I love Jumeirah. Jumeirah is a beautiful part of Dubai. So I think that is something to definitely look into. Um, Abhishek Dubey. What do you think about Urbana Town? Two bedroom secondary market. I know I like those Urbanas a lot. I felt a bit claustrophobic. I don't know why. This the floor to ceiling height was. I mean, that's not. This is again funny factor. Floor to ceiling height should be at least 3 meters. 3.3 is great, but 3 meters is minimum. Now there are so many products. I don't want to mention them again. These are big developers. They have these 2.3 to 2.7 meters. It makes the property very claustrophobic. So, if you want to go in that range from the secondary market, pick up stock in like I don't know Business Day, JVC, Furjan. To that extent, even Rimram, I don't care. Rimram is doing quite well as a community. It's better. I think it'll be better investment compared to Apana. Um, Ali Zafar, what is the sweet spot at which an off plan should be sold to make maximum ROI? Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, three to 6 months before the handover. That's the sweet spot. That's it. So I always tell investors it's either 3 to 6 months before handover or 1 year after handover. Because 1 year after handover, the sort of review of the building comes out. There's limited supply because there will be a large number of end users. The properties will be rented out. So after 1 year, the value spikes after handover or 3 to 6 months before handover. These are two. I'll give you an example. So in Arabian Ranch Street, people bought initially, let's say some, they bought at 1.6 million. Before 3 to 6 months before handover, it was selling anywhere from 1.9 to 2.1. Then now it's gone to 2.6 after a year because there's no supply, limited supply in the market. And now it's climbing from 2.6. As and when supply reduces, the prices keep climbing up. Um, Gaf Zishan Gaf Woods Azizi. It's Gaf Woods Azizi Riviera is just a unfair comparison because there is no comparison between these two products. Gaf Wood is an extremely high end niche, beautiful product. Riviera is a much more price effective. It's a complete different segment. These are two complete. It's like comparing downtown and JVC. It's not right. Varun, hi. Thank you for enlightening us with your vast real estate knowledge. You're welcome, sir. I have this question for you. Should I start investment by home 2024 or wait for 2025? Um, Varun, see, this is what I do with investors. My first Zoom call is mostly, in fact, the first one or two Zoom calls is just edit. So first Zoom call, I see how much knowledge does my client have about the market. I then, based on his knowledge, I send him these reports where he understands the market. See, once you understand the market, okay, what are the different locations? What are the prices per square foot? Who are the top developers? Who are the bad developers? Who are the good developers? What is a good investment? What is a bad investment? Once you're completely educated on these numbers, then you'll be able to identify yourself which is a good deal, which is a bad deal. So when a good deal comes by, you should pick it up. If it doesn't come by, just wait. That's all. You shouldn't buy by force. Like say, I've seen sometimes agents saying, "Oh, this is only 2 units available. Buy it now, or you're gonna die." Now that's silly. You should tell, "Okay, go ahead. No, no, I'm not interested." But you should study the market. Once you study the market, you'll be able to identify the difference between a good deal and a bad deal. And once you find a good deal, go for it. Okay, Ehsan Karim, I've been looking around for a mentor for quite some time. I love your content. I really look up to the way of consulting. Will you honor me with your and take me under your wing, Mr. Karim? I'm like this lone wolf. I work with very few people. These people I've known for more than like 10 years. Like people like one consultant with me is a guy called Kamran. I've done business in 2006. There's another consultant I have called Nadia. She was the queen of better homes at one stage. We worked together in 2009 in Hamptons. So there are very few people like these consultants I work with because I know that they have the same ethos, and the same mindset that okay, It's not about the number of transactions. Make sure the investor makes money, and the rest will be taken care of. So, I work with very, very few people. We can catch up, and then let's just take it from there, because to the extent, that's a long story. That's a very long story. Okay, so next, Manu Raf. Hi, Mohammed. Hello from France. I'm looking for a one bedroom with a sea view. I have 1.5 million dirhams for the payment plan. What do you recommend? Um, mm, Manu, we should look into Dubai Islands and Maritime City. I think these are the locations, of course, that we'll have to look into. And we can find a good deal. Then it's just purely based on your preference in terms of which developer, floor plans. But yeah, I think that's it. These two are the locations. Buzz with India. I think the market is insane right now. We should wait or invest in our home country. Vidya, see, I see Dubai in a very different angle, right? One, of course, I've lived here all my life, and I've never seen a place like this. You must understand that now there is this phenomenon called millionaire migration. So what's happening to this extent in India, Pakistan, UK, US, Singapore has introduced 65% stamp duty. Post introducing 65% stamp duty, the only people who invest in Singapore are still the Chinese. US, the housing market is going down. So Canada has stopped foreign investment. So amongst all these situations, London, like never before, it's never occurred before. So there is this sort of people. There is the market. See, whether you like it or not, the next 2 to 3 years, the market's going to climb. I look at Dubai property market like a stock. Like I feel like the prices are yet going to increase. What's going to happen in 3 to 4 years is that yes, it's crazy right now because there is land. Dubai is a baby. It's what 20 years old, 25 years old. But at one point, there will be no more land in about 3 to 4 years time. Then it'll be like any other market where very occasionally there'll be this particular product that comes up, and most of them would be occupied by end users. So there'll be yet again very limited supply. Like for example, in a community like Oasis, where let's say the 5 beds are going at 17 million, everyone buys it at close to 17 million. Now, when they want to sell it, they're not going to sell it. You think a person who invested 17 million is not going to exactly be desperate. So he put it on the market around 22 million. So then that becomes the new price. Because have you seen the prices in Dubai Hills? If you go for a villa to buy a villa in Dubai Hills, pretty high end one in Dubai Hills, it's like a 40, 43 million, and people are selling it. Surprisingly, people are buying it, who are moving to Dubai, and they're moving into it. So there is this phenomenon that's occurring. Dubai market, and next 2 to 3 years, the prices are going to increase, the rents are going to increase. It's going to be a land of 4 million. It's going to be like Monaco, where only rich people from across the world stay. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, so Surinder Singh, as the number of flights will increase to DWC in future, so is it wise decision to invest in a villa community near to DWC, or we invest in far communities like Haven Valley or the Mackles too? Mr. Singh, I told you, I took this video. I was standing right in front of Terminal 3. I took a video. Now, last 20 years, Terminal 3 is really probably the nicest airport. It's Emirates. It's not and the most high-end communities were 45 minutes away from Terminal 3. That's Emirates Hills and Palm Jumeirah. So it's not the distance from an airport is not the major concern. The community itself is the concern. Now, Damakils too has a certain target audience. Let's say Damakils too, a product like Natura, 1.8 million, 4-bed townhouse, as a very, very large segment. Valley has a different segment because that's around 1.8 billion. Valley, the prices will now the new phase will start anywhere from 3.5, 3.6 million. A different segment. Maybe the slightly more smaller business owners. And then you have the crazy rich people, who buy in Oasis. So it's not about the airport; it's about the product in itself. You have to study the product and the numbers. Um, Palace at Dubai Hills. Emaar launched 2 billions of three. The one bed average is 1.8 million. Will have potential there, especially its walking distance from Dubai is more. Not sure. Yes, Dubai is like some time ago I said I don't believe in magic. Like some places just don't, like until it works. I don't know if it will work or not. Dubai Hills just works, right? Any like Dubai Hills, for example, collective is one of those buildings. I'm shocked. The floor plans are horrible. A Wombat is like what 500 square foot, but the rent is over 100,000 dirhams. So yeah, so the rent is around 100,000 dirhams. So Dubai Hills just works. I think Dubai Hills is a great place to get good ROI. Rahmatullah Shamsi. What do you think about Al Satwa next to City Walk? Do you think it will perform better than Jeddah? No, I think Jeddah will definitely do better than Satwa because Jeddah will eventually the metro will connect to Dubai through Harbour, and Jeddah the location is so good. If I have to compare between Jeddah and Satwa, I think Jeddah will definitely do much better. Um, Steffi Matthews, what do you think of planned Bengati Hills project in Dubai Science Park? Ms. Matthews, it'll be a similar answer. We have to understand the investment value. We compare it with other investments in case of Science Park. Funny, I like Science Park as a location. It's very close to Dubai Hills. It's a nice road, a normal traffic, straight to Multi Emirates, the beach. I like the location, but the location hasn't evolved. Like it's like me saying, hey, I love Shobha Hartan as a location right off in downtown, but then I think JVC performs better than financially. I think JVC performs better than Science Park, so better than Shobha Hartan. So we just have to put it on an Excel. Let's see. Okay, this is price per square foot. This is potential ROI, potential return on equity. I'm going to compare it with JVC, Furjan, Business Bay, and still post. If it passes the Excel sheet, we should go for it. If not, we should look at better investment opportunities. Jordi Alcantara, what do you think when Natura Demacle is towards getting a corner unit? 100%. You can't get something cheap. Natura is close to construction cost. If I put in the details, it's like 900 to 950 dirham per square foot. I think it's a very safe investment because a four-bed townhouse at 1.8 million, where do you get it? It's tough to buy something at that price. Abhishek Dubey. This is where I highly appreciate your content and the quality of project area analysis you do on your YouTube channel. Your content helps me take informed. Thank you, Mr. Dubey. That's the idea. I just want people to make informed decisions. That's all. I hate it when investors take a decision in a rush and then they end up losing money. So that's the idea. I'm very happy when people take informed decisions. Musa Nitai, what do you think about Dubai South by Emaar? Emaar South. See, uh, Mr. Musa, Emaar is one of it is the number one investor developer in Dubai. Any product you invest in Emaar, most probably, I mean, you have it's very safe. Emaar is like say, if you're completely new and you don't want to do any sort of analysis or any sort of comparison, um, Emaar is a safe choice. But I always tell people, take the value, do a comparative, put it on Excel, price price per square foot, um, potential return on investment, potential return on equity. What are my comparables? So Dubai South will be, Emaar South will be, let's say, Riverside by Damak, Venice by Azizi, Heights by Emaar, Valley by Emaar, Damak Hills too. You should put all the numbers out there. And then when a product still makes sense, you should be like, okay, yes, let's do this. Um, Ali Zafar, your views on Al Ranim in Mudan or Mudan in general? Uh, It's a classic. Miras, Mudon, safe investment, Al running. You can't go wrong. Around 2 million a townhouse in a Miras community. Can't go wrong. See, these are classics. It's like again in bodybuilding. If someone asks me, should I use the bar or should I use the machine? I will use the bar because it's classic. Your strength will always stay. You can't go wrong when you use the classics. So Emaar, Miras, Nakhil, these are the classics. You can't go wrong. It's very tough to go wrong when you use the classics. Um, Rahmatullah. Upcoming launch in RYM will have a series. That'll be really good product. Same time launch coming in the valley. What do you think? Which one is easier to flip in 18 to 24 months max? That's the question of the day. Phenomenal question. RYM full sea view versus valley. Really good question. Now, RYM, a full sea view two bed will be around 4 million dirhams. Valley, a four bed semi detached townhouse, and apparently it's going to be the biggest townhouse, will also be around 4 million dirhams. Now, if I have to sell RYM to maybe Eastern European, British. That's my demographic. If I have to sell Valley, my demographic, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, UK, US, Indian Pakistanis in these countries, Canada, it's a wider demographic. So when it comes to your own house, so if I have to compare between these two, see, I yeah, I'm so sorry, just 1 second, it's the wife. Uh, hmm. Okay, so I love RYM. I like Emaar, a full series of partner as an asset, but if I have to sell it within 18 to 24 months, um, I think the better bet would be Valley. Um, what Okay, Vibhu Varghese. Okay, what is your opinion on Hillside Residence by Wasl Abdul Jabal Ali, Hanover, August 2027? How much rent can we expect for one bed? Um, See, Wasl, I really like Wasl as a developer. I think they're an excellent developer. Quality construction is par excellence. I'll have to do on my sheets. If I can't tell it off my head, like what sort of numbers it can achieve, I need to do a bit more research and then I'll be able to give you that answer. But off my head, a one bed I think can achieve, let's say on a monthly rental, anywhere from 6 to 7 thousand dirhams a month. I think that should be we should be able to achieve that because in 2027 Palm Jabri is going to start handover as well, and there are a couple of villas that are coming that location. You know, it's close to the metro. I can take a metro, go to the beach. So I think around 7 to 8 thousand a month it should be able to achieve. Cap K, thank you for your knowledge. Should I invest in a villa or an apartment? See, it should be Gap. It should be something unique. So I don't know how much you're investing. Before investment, apart from numbers, you need to understand the demand supply chain as well. So it really depends on what sort of values we're talking about. So maybe on a call I'll be able to give you a better insight. But I know houses have a larger demographic. You can because see, a family of let's say husband, wife, two children are a very common demographic to target. So so I was just explaining that, right, the RYM versus value, because these are two products that I love. These products are very interesting. Yeah, RYM Valley Heights semi-detached villas. These are products that you will look good to investors. So it really depends. If I'm on a call with you, I'll be able to understand which product would make more sense for you. Valley versus Emaar South. That's a good question, Harsh. That's a very good question. I would choose Valley. I would choose Valley because I live in that area, Harsh. I live very close to the Valley. It's a place called the Villa. I like that location. It's a very good location. Also, my son studies in Silicon Oasis. My office is in Dubai Hills. I have another office in Business Bay. So it's like every ways it's very accessible. I don't get stuck in traffic. I can go back home. Like from here, if I have to drive home, it will take me 25 minutes. So I like that location. Um, Martin Vallo, what do you think about the Haven by Meraki in Majan? Mr. Vallo, in one word, it's an end user product. It's just an end user. That's all I would say. It's an end user product. Abhishek Dubey. What is your insight about Damac Elegance Tower in downtown? I checked the location. I found it without any good view, but just adjacent to the extension of the wall. See, I was having a call with somebody who runs Airbnbs extensively in Dubai. Just I like having discussions. I do consultants. So she was like telling me her best bet, her favorite area to invest or to buy or to rent properties in Dubai for Airbnb is downtown Dubai. Downtown walking distance to Dubai Hills. It runs on 80% occupancy. It's one of the safest investments in Dubai. Um, காசு வேணும் நண்பா எப்படி இருக்கீங்க யாருப்பா நீங்க Musa, would you rather invest in one flat on prime location or buy two on less prime? Budget 3 million. Musa, it depends on your investment objective. Are you looking for ROI, like create passive income, or are you looking to trade and make money? It depends on that, and then yet again, I think it's a common answer that I'll have to put it myself. So if I had 3 million, if I had to invest 3 million, where would I invest to make money? I would invest in products like, let's say, this Valley townhouse that would cover semi-detached, one of the biggest townhouses in the market, and then I would flip it. That's what I would do because I prefer trading to managing clients. It's my personal preference. I'm working on that. I'm changing that because nowadays when I just see a lot of my friends doing Airbnbs and really scaling up the business, I'm beginning to change my mindset. I'm like, I need to build passive income. I need to have and I believe in multiple income sources, right? So I do crypto, I do stocks, I do real estate, I do a bit of cars trading, and so I'm a trading guy. I love trading, right? I love trading, but I figured that Airbnb is a market that I should not stay away from. At this stage, what I do is act like a consultant for my clients. I find in that location who's the best operator, and then I give them the business. But now I feel like Airbnb is something that I should look into as well. I should do it myself. So one of the videos I'm going to show you some Airbnbs where investors make 17%. I'm going to go next week. I'll show you the apartment in Dubai Marina, and yeah. So Musa, I don't think if I answered your question right. Yeah, but yeah, I would trade, find location, demand, start up a master plan, buy it, sell it, make my money, exit from the equation. At this stage is what I would do. Abhishek Dubey. Can I consider some distressed deal in that project elegance of 15, 20, 100% Abhishek. Downtown, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong in downtown. Downtown near Dubai Mall, furnish it. I think it's fully furnished as well, right? So not furnished, furnish it nicely. Give some discounts for Airbnb. Boom, you're on 80% occupancy. So heard Shobha Elwood is coming near the valley. Have you heard anything yet? Yes, 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 yes. It is. It is. I'll see again another high-end community. I even know that Viras is going to come up with a project over there. That project is a no-brainer. Valley, you should definitely consider investment in Valley. Um, I've already invested in one with Ellington for Golden Visa Clayton House. Ellington is beautiful. Ellington is again a phenomenal developer, amazing interiors. Rambo, what do you think of commercial properties and shops and offices? Rambo, I was just telling this to some a particular investor at the start of the chat we were discussing. So discussing this business model of business centers as well. Like it's so interesting. It's like you take a warehouse and you create the storage facility and you sell storage boxes. Very similar concept as business centers or like bed spaces. So you take up a space in a very very prime, interesting location like Business Bay, and then you create a nice environment. So in this particular space, I'm sitting. There's a pool table, there's some steps. There's like a gaming area, there's conference rooms. They sell out really fast. It's a really interesting model. Um, Mohammed Noman. I'm thinking almost 70% off-plan project HO is 2028, handover is 2028. There will be supply flood and everyone wants to sell on appreciation. Do you think it's the right time? Okay, Noman, this is the part where you need to invest in you need to invest in a product where you need to understand the demographic. So there are some products by some developers, I don't want to mention names, they do such aggressive marketing and they do these events in like London, Singapore. So most of their demographic are investors, not end users. There are some products where the major demographic are end users. The ratio has to be ideally somewhere like 60-40, where 60% end users, 40% investors. More number of end users is always better, and based on that, you can. But if it's too many investors, you'll face this product. So I can't be specific. Like if we organize a call, I can tell you case studies. There's some cases where what you said mentioned, there were too many products that came in and people got stuck with their investments. So there are some cases that has occurred. So that is why not every product makes sense.